I am all packed, ready to give it Isle of Man for a few days. But first, we're going to check in at Chester and stay there overnight to get to the ferry, Liverpool ferry, tomorrow morning to go over to the Isle of Man. So I thought, why not take you with me? I'm sure I can get you through the security at the ferry. Let's go. And here I am in the Isle of Man. We got here in decent time today. It was a 4-hour ferry to get here, and now I'm going to show you what the Isle of Man is all about. So I am outside the hotel I was staying at, and look at this, opposite the seafront. A lovely location, and it's only a few minutes drive away from the ferry. All good location wise. So behind me, you might have already seen it in a clip before this one, but that is the ferry we got off at here. There are various locations you can get to the Isle of Man, either from Liverpool, Fareham or Belfast. So there are various ways you can get here, but we went from Liverpool to the Isle of Man and then on the way back as well. So it's a lovely setting, a lovely view, a lovely sort of relaxing landscapes. So and that lovely sea air. But it does smell nice, but it does smell a bit horrible as well, as you would imagine it will be. So yeah, very peaceful, calming, relaxing. The people are all very joyful, always saying hello. You know, it's a nice atmosphere to the island. beautiful. Yes. So I'm in at Glen Helen and I'm going down this steep ramp. I'm just gonna see if I can get down and not get trapped, and because I have to wait my way up again in a bit. Okay, looks good so far. I mean, there's nobody here in wheelchairs, so I can only assume that they've managed to get up again. And oh, there's stairs. Look. Oh, I survived it. And now I'm at the bridge where the waterfall starts and begins. So let's have a look. So earlier I was up there and now I'm on a lower level to see more of the park. Shit. Right, future note, don't go in that patch. The reason why I said don't go down on that dip anymore is because half of my chair got stuck in that little gap, so I was up leaning against the railing. Luckily the railing was there, and a local lad called Terry came on and rescued me, thank goodness. But he probably won't be watching this video, but if he is, whilst I'm coincidence, thank you Terry for your assistance in getting me out of that little gap, and say hello to your dog Roxy again for me. He's a local lad to the other man, and I told him that I was visiting from England, so thank you very much to Terry for helping me out. So I don't know if you can see what it reads, but it said this tree was planted by Amy Johnston, world famous woman aviator, 17th of April 1933. It's only a little bit less than a decade more before it becomes 100 years old. I wanted to go down to another waterfall, but the road is closed, so we can't go any further. But look at the view behind me. This famous beach, looking at another waterfall. I've already looked at a waterfall and you've already seen it by the time we get to this video. So, you know, there are better things ahead. Or just walking around and not getting to where you get to go, but you get a better view elsewhere and a better experience. But there are loads of views in the Isle of Man, but this one is the best I've seen so far. Spectacular. So I've just finished at the wildlife park. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to take any videos or photos, so I decided not to, so there'll be a bit of a gap here. But it was a very good experience. They've got a wonderful cafe and some wonderful animals on display here, wildlife creatures, animals, etc. And with this lovely backdrop here as well. In terms of location, you can't beat it. So if you do ever come to the Isle of Man, I would definitely recommend this place to you. So I don't know how I made it in, but I got in, and this is FC Isle of Man, where they do the national team football games, and some other sports are here as well, played here as well. It's a very interesting stadium. So here we are at Saltwell Glen. There's a lovely backdrop here, and look at it get up the path, which is behind me there. It's quite muddy and quite steep, so we decided not to do it, which is fine because the scenery is just enough for me today. So in the end, I've decided to have a look myself because this route doesn't seem to be very muddy at all. Let me see if I can get through these pebbles. Yep, I can. Yep. So let's have a look, see what's ahead. in the middle. I think this is where cars can come up as well. So look at that lovely view. Just having a look. It's not very accessible for a wheelchair. I'm trying it anyway. Seems to be pretty safe at the moment. I don't know what's happened with me actually. What's down there? Some fillings going on there. Ooh, look at that. Wow. I'm going to stop now, I think. Not going to go too far. So lovely. So I've decided to test it out anyway. And I've got this far into the forest and it looks pretty spectacular. So I've gone that high. So I'm going to stop here because I don't want to go too far and risk being lost or whatever. So what a lovely backdrop this is. You know, lovely. And I'm going to go back down now and go on to our next location. Let's see if I can go back down safely now. How do I get through this? Whew. Made it. So this is the Victory Cave, right at the bottom of Snowfell, the only mountain in the Isle of Man. To get up Snowfell you have to take a tram that isn't water accessible, which is a bit of a shame, but I can see it's Snowfell from the cave anyway. I can see the top of it, so it's not like I'm missing too much of it. It would have been nice to have gone on the tram, but it's not water accessible. But the cafe is lovely, and if you do ever come to the Isle of Man, you've got to come here. So we're now back on Langton, England, from the Isle of Man. It's been a lovely few days in the Isle of Man, and
there's a beautiful spot called the Isle of Man, where holiday folk like to go. But just how it came to be given that name, really I'd like to know. crowds of spinsters over 40 simply dying to be naughty, and they call it the Isle of Man. All I found, said young Miss Owen, are all crooks who can't get going, and they call it the Isle of Man. While there's girls there, could it be slow? No, no, 1,000 times no. There's old maids who long for squeezes, hugging thumbs and pickaninnies, and they call it the Isle of Man. See the girls in the shorts up to every game, like kids with their spades and their pails. On the beach while they lay, gay old sea dogs each day, tell them some salty tales. Flappers say what's coming to us, there's no villains to pursue us, and they call it the Isle of Man. Auntie murmurs it's disgusting, I'm quite willing, yet I'm rusting, and they call it the Isle of Man. While there's bells there, could it be snow? No, no, 1,000 times no. There are crowds of lovely charmers dressed in father's beach pajamas, and they call it the Isle of Man.
So it's great when this happens. Now it's time to go home. And this period of the praise to stop. Eric Olivier Mile Man this Wednesday night.